Hello, 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 and thank you for popping in today. I'm Teresa Sanderson. I'm the preceptor for nurse entrepreneurs, and today I just want to talk to you about how having only one income stream sets you up for some difficulties financially when the world is crazy like it is today. So, if you're catching me live, please feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're catching me on the replay, comment hashtag replay. And I just want to chat with you about this because I think right now we're kind of living in this unprecedented time, aren't we, with this global pandemic going on. I think we're seeing things happen in the workplace for a lot of people where there are vaccine mandates and quarantine things that are going on, and I believe, probably some people are experiencing paid versions of these things, some are not. There's just been a lot of financial strain and a lot of strife. We've seen businesses really struggling since the advent of the quarantine that happened in 2020, and a lot of people struggling to recover. Some businesses totally failed and closed their doors. Um, and a lot of this is based on what I can now see is that as Americans, we tend to have all our eggs in one basket. We tend to have all of our income in one basket, and that is what makes things very precarious. Okay, for instance, for me as a nurse, there have been many times in my life that, I mean, probably the first 20 years of my career or 15 years of my career, all I did was nursing. Okay, that's all I did. And I always worked for someone else doing it. But let me tell you what happened in those early years of my career when I was working for someone else. I would advance and make my way up the corporate ladder, right? And I was blessed in my early days that I went through 7 different mergers and acquisitions in 6 years. That was a crazy time in healthcare in the mid 90s when one hospital was acquiring another, one after, and each time that happened, you got to reapply for your job as a nurse. Okay. They were going to choose between you and now whoever else your company had merged with or had been acquired from. And I just can't tell you, I would have advanced up the career ladder, boom, just to go back to square one, working as a staff nurse. Okay. And again, that was because my income was dependent on my employer. And what was going on with employers was absolutely nuts. Doesn't it kind of sound a little bit like what's going on today? Right? Things that are going on with employers and, with the government and all of these things, because we're living again in this unprecedented time. We're experiencing mandates for different things. We've got quarantine requirements. A lot of businesses, like I say, have just closed their doors and totally failed, weren't able to recoup or recover. And again, that's because we have all of our eggs in one basket financially. Okay. So now is the time, more than ever, whether you're a nurse or anyone else, to think about diversifying and multiplying your income streams. All right. I am very confident and comfortable in what I'm doing today with my personal business because I don't have all my eggs in one basket. I've created 5 different streams of income that are based around very different types of products and services, and they're unique to me. So I've been able to create a little economy around myself and my family that, can serve us well right now and is not dependent on the rules, regulations, requirements of anybody else. Okay. And that to me gives me so much peace of mind, just knowing that I have choices. And that's the thing. And I talked about this last week in my group that money doesn't buy everything, but it does buy choices. And I think that's a really important thing to consider. And so if you're stuck in a job that you just, man, dread going to every single day, if you're just stuck in that and you can see no way out, you've got your eggs in one basket. That is like the classic sign that, holy smokes, all your eggs are in one basket and you are tied to that job that you have because you depend on the paycheck. And trust me, I've been there. Okay. I have been there. And there's nothing wrong with the paycheck if you totally love what you're doing, or you can consider that that's a great paycheck, but what can I add to it over here that is something maybe that I love to do and would do whether I got paid for it or not, that I just see as totally fun, but as a way for me to make some income, create some income for me and my family. Tell me, if you totally hate that job over there, but you've got this thing that you love to do that's bringing in some money over here, do you think that would affect your overall stress level? Okay, as we're hearing about mandates and things coming along, and you've got all your eggs in one basket over here, and if you had one little income stream that was starting to percolate over here on something else that you love to do, and you were making some money over here, do you think that would decrease your stress about having choices for your own future? You betcha it would. You betcha it would. Now more than ever, it's a great time to think about starting your own business. The tax advantages are huge. And I'm not a tax accountant or anything like that or an attorney, but there are tons of resources out there about the tax benefits of having a home-based business. But I just wanted to throw this out there because our society is set up really for us to go through school, college, and all those things and come out with this diploma or degree that qualifies us to do one thing. And that has served us very, very well in our country for decades. But now's the time for us to think differently because the world is different. Things have changed. Things have changed over, I mean, we are not the same people we were 100 years ago, right? So I encourage you, if you're stuck doing something that you don't enjoy doing, especially if you're a nurse, I can definitely help you. But even if you're not a nurse, I have some great resources for anybody who's interested in becoming an entrepreneur or starting their own home-based business. So, hit me up if you need some information. Also, I've got a great free group for nurses and nurse entrepreneurs. We talk everything nursing and business in that group. I would love to have you join me. So thank you for tuning in today, and I will chat with you soon. Bye.